Morning guys, so welcome to another video. Today's going to be a bit of a different video. I've not done something like this before, so we're going to sort of do a morning with me. We're going to train, just show you what I sort of eat in the mornings, pre-workout, intra, post-workout, all of that sort of stuff, and sort of my morning routine. I'm here today with Izzie.
Hi.
Izzie's a bikini competitor. So we're just going to go through roughly what we do in a daily sort of, just a morning, a normal morning with us. And then we're going to be at Muscle Works Orpington later. We're going to be training a bit of back, a bit of arms in there as well. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go through our morning supplements, and then we're going to head out for a walk. So morning supplements, we start with joining. This is just joint health. I've taken this for about a year now. I've really stuck by it. I think it's the main thing that sort of kept my joints healthy, although I've torn things. I do think that it's been a big part in sort of just keeping my ligaments and everything healthy. The next one is Systemax. I've taken this religiously for about 2 years now. Being assisted, something like this is very important for just heart health, blood flow, all of that sort of stuff. Next one is GI juice. This is a greens powder. So I don't have a lot of greens in a day. So for me, this is kind of important. Just because I'm not really getting a lot of fibre in through vegetables and all the vitamins that I need, purely just because food is so high. So I normally stick to a greens juice. This is okay, they never taste amazing, but it does the job. The next one is Hydromax. This is an amazing product. I normally take this about 3 times a day. I'm drinking a lot of water anyway, but I do think this really helps with my lower back pumps. I get quite a lot of lower back pumps when I'm out walking, obviously pushing weight and having a lot of water retention. This really does sort of keep me hydrated. And I recently, just found that it sort of helps with my morning walks, that I don't really get them sort of back pumps, so I don't really have to stop for a break. The normal one here, just L-glutamine, just for gut health. I normally do about 30 grams a day. I'd recommend something of 30 to 40 grams a day if you're looking at gut health. If you're looking for really sort of just digestion, you just want to do about 5 to 10 grams. Another one for my health, obviously being assisted, is Vital Support. I take a full serving of that daily, so about 4 caps in the morning, 4 caps before bed. This is just an overall sort of health supplement. And then you've got your basics like your fish oils. I do about 300 milligrams of that a day. Your vitamin D, your glucosamine sulfate, again for joints and ligaments. And then just a simple multivitamin. So it's just very simple. I do think these things are very important when it comes to someone like me or training. Obviously as a beginner you don't really need all of this at once. If you was a beginner, I'd probably just recommend this and probably just a fish oil or maybe an L-glutamine or something along them lines. But obviously as you get more experienced, these things do come in sort of handy when, again, food gets high, lower back pumps, all that sort of stuff. So it does cost a lot, but I don't think you really can put a price on health when it comes to this stuff. I think this is more important than your pre-workouts. If you can't afford to get any of this and you're buying pre-workouts, I think you should switch around and sort of invest in this sort of stuff. But yeah, that's my morning supplements. It doesn't smell bad, it's like pineapple. It's not that bad.
It doesn't smell that bad. It's not as nice as mine.
Yeah. Yours will smell pretty good.
Mine smells so good.
Alright, let's get this all weighed out. Also guys, when I'm doing this, I am weighing this out purely so I'm getting the recommended doses. I'm not double scooping health products. I don't think that it's really going to be worth it. This stuff's expensive as well, so if you are going 5 grams over, if you think about that on a daily basis, that's going to add up. You're probably going to be using a tub every 20 days rather than a tub every 30 days. I just realised it's a fresh pot, so that's pretty cool. I would never sort of underdose it as well. Like I said, health's important when it comes to bodybuilding. So I would sort of recommend just getting the right doses in. Again, you don't want to half-ass anything in this. Like if you're going to concentrate on your health, concentrate on your health. And don't just go by, right, here's a scoop. Because if you look on the back, they're all dosed, so they're dosed to the right sort of measurements. Just don't be half-assing everything. Honestly, it smells. So, pre-workout is 150 grams of cream of rice. We have 60 grams of whey, 100 grams of fruit, one muffin, and then a banana. So, reason being, it's very low volume for me. I find that when I'm training, I don't like a lot of stuff in my stomach, so I can really make this as a low volume sort of food. Especially with whey, it's very fast digesting for me. Reasoning for fruit is obviously fructose, if anyone knows about that. If not, Google it. The muffin is purely for some fats as well as carbohydrates. I needed some fats in this pre-workout just to sort of slow down my digestion. And then a banana, again, just carbohydrates and some sugar. I've had this for about 8 months now. Obviously, measurements have gone up and down. But I found this works best for me. I'm not really sort of a solid food, like a chicken and rice pre-workout sort of person. I don't like a lot of stuff. Before I'm training, it doesn't really do me any good with sort of digestion when I'm training, as I do have carbohydrates intra as well. So I try and keep everything sort of very, very low volume. But in this, you're probably looking at about 40 grams of protein, 50 grams of protein. You're probably looking at about 160 to 180 carb. So it's very, very low volume, but very, very dense. So it's perfect when you're sort of bulking or you're trying to push up weight. As my appetite's not very good as it is, stuff like this is perfect. So yeah.
So my pre-workout is the same pre-workout meal that I have had for probably like 2 years. It's my absolute favourite meal. So I have oats, so digesting carbs. I'm also 6 weeks post-show, so my fats at the moment are really high, to try and get my hormone health back. So I get 30 grams of this almond butter, which I think is the best peanut butter ever. Banana, purely because I like banana and it's more carbs. And then I use 30 grams of whey, and this is my favourite, the cake pot. If you have oats, this is 100% the best. It mixes in so well and it just tastes, if you like sweet stuff, it genuinely does taste like cake batter. And then I just put some pink salt on it as well. So that is my pre.
So now we've finished the pre-workout meal. Now we're going to be going on to the peri-workout, so pre, intra and post. So if we start off with pre, I'm currently using Dr. Dean's Focus and Pump. I can't really give you a massive sort of feedback on it. I've only been using the Pump for about 3 days, but so far so good. But I can definitely tell you the pre-Focus is very good. I've used this for about a month now. This is my second pot. Purely just the Focus. I don't get sort of a caffeine crash. There is a bit of caffeine in there. If I'm going to look, there is about 100 milligrams of caffeine in this. So for me it's perfect. I don't like something that's too stimmy. For me, when I'm training, I like to be able to just be able to focus myself and, you know, and get ready for a set and not be like off my face. I can concentrate more during a set as well. So this is definitely a very good pre. For my intra, I use an EAA. I use a variety of EAAs, but this is one of my favorites from Strawberry Kiwi from Strom. I have used this for a very long time. Probably not my best flavour. They normally run out of my best flavour. It's a cranberry flavour, but very good EAA. It digests well. I find with some EAAs they don't really sit well when I'm training. I get a little bit of a bloat, but the ingredient panel in this is very good, so I highly recommend this. I will stack my intra and my pre with glycerol. This is very good for blood flow. Do a little bit of research on it. There's a lot of benefits to this. I've only started recently been using this, and I tell you, I've been having the craziest pumps. Something that I find hard to get normally because of my insulin sensitivity, because of the amount of food, but this has definitely helped during training. Another one which is a sort of a necessity throughout the day, which is pink salt. I'll do 3 grams in my pre and 3 grams in my intra. This is just something I think anyone should be using just for hydration purposes. Just replenishing, obviously, when you are training and you are sweating, you are, you know, releasing salt out of the body, so replenishing that while you train is very, very crucial. And then last but not least, so we have maltodextrin. You can use a better carb powder than this. For me, like, I can buy this bag for like 20 quid, and you know, and this will last me like 2 months. And I don't really have like issues with having this intro. It doesn't really bloat me. I find that I'm alright with it. But some people have issues, so they normally go to the maltodextrin. But that's my intro, and pre.
So mine is much more simple. For pre, I've really gone off pre-workouts at the moment. I'm going to say I don't like something that's really stimmy and high caffeine. So I've just got a Monster. It tastes good, and also, again, being post-show, hunger's pretty high. So I find that actually having like something with fizz in it helps. So I get a Monster or a Reign. I prefer a Reign. And then in terms of intra, I just go with the Innova Farm EAs just because they taste good. I have these in every flavour. I prefer the pink lemonade, but this is the strawberry watermelon one, and it just tastes like those sweets. And then just 5 grams creatine every day. But I put a little bit of pink salt in it. I also salt my oats quite a lot. But that's all that I have for intra really. Don't need any carbs.
The scooper, there is. There you go, 10 grams. You need to funnel, yeah? What you do doesn't weigh over EAAs.
Yeah, I'm never going to make it as a bodybuilder because I don't weigh my EAAs, guys.
You've done half our shit. I think yours is blue classic. Hot. Have you ever running one there?
Hey, on the dashboard, I can see that your heart is breaking. I wish I could fast forward, take all of your pain and erase it. Feet on the ground, feet on the ground. Even when we're upside down, round and around, but we'll never fall down. If the world is...
So guys, we just arrived at Muscle Works in Orpington. Izzie's just got to train shoulders. She has different splits to me, so she sort of starts with a crucifix like that race before sort of any session. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a full day just of training. So we're going to start with a pullover. Typically I like to start with a lat pullover, anything sort of lower lat, just because I feel like I get a good sort of, at the start, a good connection with that muscle group. I find when I'm deeper in the workout I can't really sort of connect with my lower lat, so I like doing it at the start of a training session. And plus it gets a good little stretch in the back. So we're going to start with a lat pullover. I think Izzie's going to start with a sort of a lower lat row. I'm not too sure, she'll probably talk through that in a minute. But yeah, let's get this session going. We have also a good little chest pull row, and then we have a block pull as well, which we're going to try and see the numbers and get on that. Hopefully we get a good 6-plate pull and see how we feel. But yeah, looking forward to it. Enjoy the video.
So I like to start most sessions with a delt movement. So I've got laying lateral raises here. I much prefer these to any other variation. I don't like the crucifix ones because I feel so much trapped, whereas this I get such a nice isolation from the delt. And it's just a really nice way to start my session. So yeah, laying lateral raises.
When the world is going sideways, I'll be sideways. Sideways here with you. When the world is going sideways, I'll be sideways. Sideways here with you.
Who's up? That's you. I'm not touching it. Let's go. Jump. Slow it down for me.
Jazz, I have a classical background, jazz background, funk background. I do all of these different things, and I think I'm hybrid in the mix of these languages.
In. Good.
Dance music,
Good.
R&B, whatever.
That's sweet. Good. Good. Again.
All at the same time, you know, imagine.
Cross out. What's up? Oh. Down.
Big money speech in my pockets. Ice at the roller, going out the
go. Move, move. Ah! Move. 2. Good. Squeeze. Good. Let's go. 4. Yeah, you got more. You got more. You got more. Move. Yes. 1. Good. Come back.
It starts with a word. All I know, so unreal. It doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
And again.
Thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself of the time when in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I
Tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard
Right, stay with it. Now let go now, ready? Stay with it. Good. So again, one more, I'll help you at the bottom. Ready? Drive. Now you. One more. Oh, that'll be it, Perfect. Stay there.
So heavy at the bottom. Oh my god.
I always feel like they're about to snap as soon as they snap. That was hard, man. So guys, that is the end of the session. It was a good session. Systemic fatigue for me was very high today. After them block pulls, I wasn't feeling great. But it's all good. We finished the session strong. But yeah, as you can see, very raw sort of training. Just very real training. This is how we train on a daily basis. This isn't just because there's a camera in my face. Regardless or not, this is how we train. So it's just sort of showing you guys like really the insight of, you know, how it really is to, I don't know, just grow muscle. It's not all fun and games. Obviously the training's fun. You know, the eating is the other side of things. That's what I'm trying to show today. Because I'm not too, obviously, I don't show that a lot on my social medias, but it's a thing that people obviously are very interested in. But yeah, I mean, how did you find the session?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the session. Loads of those movements are my favourite movements, but where I'm still quite fresh post-show, I find that the fatigue just catches up with me so quick. I'm definitely still feeling like I'm recovering. Like, I got really annoyed with those block pulls because that's just, my strength has dipped a little bit and it's just about getting it back. But I've got a grenade bar. I absolutely love these. Any excuse. You've got to drive like an hour back and I'm driving, so I can feel that my blood sugar is low. So I'm going to have this before I go back. But yeah, I really enjoyed this session. I just get frustrated where I know I'm so much stronger than this, but it's just where you're post-show and you're sensitive. It just takes a little bit of time to get back to it. But it's coming back. It's just being patient, which I'm not.
It's all about smart training, especially post-show. It's about being smart. You come out of a show, you go straight into your, you know, normal volume. You're gonna get fucking injured and inevitably prolong your off season. You're not gonna get back into things as quick as you can. You have to take that recovery phase. You have to take that sort of break of, right, the strength isn't gonna be there, especially as an unassisted. Like, it's a big factor in that as well. You know, it's not the same as someone that is assisted. Strength dips and will not come back for a couple of weeks, and obviously their only tool is food. So as food goes up, strength goes up. You know, so it's a completely different realm.
Because I took 1 week completely off, 2 weeks leaving reps in reserve. So really, this is only my second week back to training to failure. So like with any sort of intensity. So I know it's going to take a bit of time, and like Lou says, obviously being natural, the only thing that we can really do to help us is just push through, but we have to do that slow and steady as well, because I don't just want to, you know, your body's really sensitive post-show, so you just want to start throwing food in. So it takes a little bit of time, which is frustrating when you know you can do more, but it was still a really good session, and I'm just loving being able to push myself to that point again. It's just frustrating that the numbers are not what they were, but that's what off-season's for, and they'll be back soon.
Yeah, you just got to take your time. No point rushing things. You start rushing things, you start getting injured. And then again, like I said, prolong your off-season. And just you got to be smart with things. Smart training post-show is more important than off-season. Recovery post-show is more important than anything right now for her. So just managing recovery as well. Obviously she prioritises her sleep, all of that sort of stuff. So it's just key factors. But you know, give it another couple of weeks, and I'm sure she'll go back to peak strength. You know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that session. We are going to head home in a little bit, and I will show you what I do post-workout. I kind of have like a 2-part post-workout meal, so I'll show you how I do that. So I have forgot my post-workout shake, but luckily at MuscleWorks they actually do like a shake bar. So my post-workout shake is 60 grams of whey, and I'll have 50 grams of dextrose, so sugar. I will use that alongside insulin. I'm not going to give you doses, but I do use this alongside insulin, and then an hour later I'll have my actual post-workout meal. I like doing this just because just around a post-workout window I do find my blood sugar drops quite easily. So what I will do is sort of replenish that with this, and then wait an hour. My blood sugar will spike, it will drop again because of the sugar, and then I'll eat again after that when I still feel like, you know, blood sugar's dropping. So guys, we've just finished training. We're back home, we've had my post-workout shake. So post-workout meal, we normally go for a chicken, so a lean meat. I normally go for just normal chicken. We have about 200 grams of chicken. We'll go to 450 grams of potato. Normally I use potato, just very filling, and post-workout is quite satisfying for myself. I have added in recently some oatmeal cookies. This is just to bump up carbohydrates. I don't like too much of one food. I find that the palate for me, when I'm eating the same thing for a long time, it kind of gets a bit boring, and if I'm not looking at something thinking this looks good, I just can't digest it properly. So I've added 2 cookies in, so which is probably around 40 carb, which is very easy to eat. As you can see, they're absolutely tiny. They're not big at all. So we had 2 of them in, and another one, a big one, is malt loaf. So this is very, very dense in calories. If you're looking to bump up calories, this is a very, very good one. I have half of this post-training, and that equates to around about 80 grams of carbs. I mean, for literally that, for 80 grams of carbs is nothing. I can probably eat that in a couple of minutes, seconds. So with that, it's very important. I do take my Ensure. I take a GDA just to digest these carbohydrates, as typically we're probably looking at around just under 200 carb here, probably about 180 carb. So digesting this post-workout is very crucial, putting it in the right places. So I take 3 caps of Ensure. The way you dose this, it does say on the back, per sort of meal, you should take around 3 capsules. If you're just started using it, I'd probably take about 1 or 2 capsules, just to sort of, you know, introduce it into your diet. But this is pretty much post-workout. It's very simple. I don't really like opting for things like cereals and stuff like that. Personally, it's just too sweet. It doesn't sit well, and I find it digests too fast. So then my next meal is 2 hours away, and I just feel like, yeah, I need to eat sooner. So it helps me sort of stay fuller. And again, this is not a lot of food at all. It's very, very dense. So it's perfect when you're pushing food. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this is the video. We wanted to sort of show you what I eat around training, and the training itself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time.